The untouchable True School Sports Empire proudly presents something the boxing game's been missing. Hey, what's going on? It's your boy BT, and I came here to talk some boxing with the thousands of True School Sports subscribers. Now, hope everybody had a fantastic Christmas with your family, with your loved ones, with your friends. And if you were alone on Christmas, whether it was good or bad, I know sometimes that's not the easiest thing to do. I'm just glad you made it. You know, the holidays can be tough for some people. I know exactly how you guys feel if you're out there. But listen. They announced recently that January 23rd is going to be, finally, you know, after one COVID test on one end and another COVID test on another, finally, Angelo Leo will be fighting Stephen Fulton, this time as the WBO champion. This will be his first title defense. And look, let's not waste any time. Let's not mince our words. Shout out to Subway in the background. Subway always finds way into these videos, you know. Let's not mince our words, all right? Angelo Leo is going to beat the brakes off Stephen Fulton. Remember I said this. Download this video. Angelo Leo is going to beat the brakes off Stephen Fulton. Now, this fight is a fight that I've already made a video about when it was initially scheduled the first time. Since then, Angelo Leo has fought Tremaine Williams and beat him in very sound fashion. You know, listen, man. I get comments on those videos sometimes. People come up to me and they say, BT, True School Sports, Stephen Fulton is different. You know, Stephen Fulton got a real good jab. You know, Stephen Fulton's coming. They always got something to say about Stephen Fulton's boxing ability. They say, oh, Angelo Leo was basic. Angelo Leo was this. Angelo Leo was that. Fulton is different. And you know what? I've come to the realization, right, that until Angelo Leo wins this fight, he's going to be underrated. He's going to be underrated because, unfortunately, for whatever reason, boxing values the wrong things. You know, Angelo Leo doesn't care about being Instagram famous. He's not even verified on Instagram yet. You know, Angelo Leo does not care about being Instagram famous. Angelo Leo doesn't care about, you know, driving a foreign car. Angelo Leo isn't caught up with the trappings and the bullshit that a lot of these modern age fighters are caught up in. And he doesn't talk a lot. He ain't much of a talker. But Angelo Leo, at his core, you know, within his character, you know, is a motherfucking fighter. He is a fighter through and through. And I can't even say that for most of boxing right now, because most of y'all are not fighters. You might be fighters in terms of your job description, but when it gets down to the nitty gritty, you know, strip away all the money, strip away all the things that come with being a top level fighter. Would you still love boxing? Would you still be the same? And I know for a fact that most fighters don't truly love boxing the way this kid loves boxing. They don't train like this kid trains. They don't believe in themselves like this kid believes in them. And most importantly, they ain't went through in their lives what this kid's went through. And I respect Angelo because he's not someone to moan and talk about his struggles. He mentions them and he's appreciative of what they've done for him. But you know, he's not like a lot of other fighters. And I've had months and months and months and months to watch Fulton on tape. And I'm not gonna get into right now. Right now I won't get into it. I'll wait till after the fight. But there's nothing, not a damn thing he's gonna do to Angelo Leo come January 23rd. And my thing is this, right? Fulton, I remember when they interviewed him, he was looking a little fat in his face. And I remember Fulton, he just opened up a crab shack recently, so shout out to him on opening up his business. Much success to him, but Angelo Leo ain't losing to no dude, no crab shack. It's just not happening. It's not happening. You know, Fulton. I've seen neither one of these guys. You know, Angelo and Fulton. Neither one of them could be accused of being a big puncher because the records don't suggest that. But I watch boxing, you know, thoroughly. I understand what's going on when I'm watching it. You know, and on top of that, I do train a little bit. I do train a little bit myself, my damn self. So, you know, I know what it's like to be in there. Stephen Fulton is very athletic. He's got a solid jab. Got solid power. But it ain't anything that's out of this world, you know, and he doesn't apply his attributes in a manner where he's gonna give Angelo Leo something to seriously worry about. Angelo, on the other hand, all right, Angelo, on the other hand, if you really know boxing, you really watching, if you really understand what's going on in that ring, Angelo Leo is a fighter that, at first glance, and I'm guilty of this myself, because when I saw him fight for the first time about a year and a half ago against Neil John Tabino, you know, I didn't think he was like that good, to be honest with you. I mean, I didn't think he was that good. But then I started paying more attention to him. I went back and I watched fights where he wasn't as good as he is now. I watched the Sharon Carter fight. Then I came back and watched the Tabano fight again. Then I came back and I watched his fight against Cesar Rocky Juarez. And if you look at the Angelo Leo from each of those fights, and then then the Tremaine Williams fight as well, every single time this kid's showing improvement. This kid's giving you glimpses of the fighter he's maturing into. You see what I'm saying? And truthfully speaking, I don't even think he fought his best against Tremaine Williams. He won in dominant fashion, but he didn't fight his best against Tremaine Williams. His best performance, the best performance of his career, was the Rocky Juarez fight. And you know, the old adage in boxing is that when a fighter becomes champion, he becomes like 20% harder to beat. They become more confident. They become more self-assured. They become a lot of things. So I didn't think Fulton was going to win when they were supposed to fight the first time, and I damn sure think he's going to win now. I just haven't seen anything from Fulton in terms of his attributes, in terms of his improvements, to make me think otherwise. I mean, if we're being honest, right? Fulton fought Adam Lopez right early in his career. He fought Adam Lopez on the Luis Ortiz undercard in 2017. All right. Adam Lopez was a sparring partner of Angelo's, and no disrespect to Adam Lopez. I like Blue Nose Lopez. I think he's talented, and I wish him a fruitful career in boxing. I'm on the streets right now, not on BoxRec, so I'm just going off the dome. If I'm not mistaken, I believe that fight was either a split or majority decision, and it was an 8-rounder or a 10-rounder, but I know it wasn't a 12. And I remember Adam Lopez, towards the back half of that fight, was coming on real strong. Real strong. So, my theory is that Stephen Fulton is a fighter that is a front runner. He's a front running fighter. And what do I mean by that? When I say a front running fighter, I mean a guy that has athletic attributes that a lot of fighters like to have. He's got a good jab. He's speedy. He can move real well. He can punch pretty solidly, straight, throwing straight punches. But he's not someone that can adjust to pressure late in a fight. You know, he's got a good gas tank for about 6 to 7 rounds, maybe max. And in the back half of fights, he will fade. If the fighter who's pressing him can punch the slightest bit and is in great shape, his ass is grass. His ass is grass. And I feel like this is... No, I don't feel like I know this fight. Forget feelings. Fuck feelings. I know, in my heart of hearts, he's not beating Angelo Leo. And I never say this. I never say this in the video, but this is how confident I am of him losing. All right? When this fight happens, if you're a betting man, Angelo will more than likely be the underdog in this fight. When the betting firms allow you to bet, or if you're in Vegas, the sportsbook allows you to bet, whenever you're allowed to bet on this fight, go bet on Angelo Leo. Bet on him. He'll make some money, you know? Because Fulton don't got it. Fulton don't got it. He'll beat a lot of fighters at 122. He'll beat a lot of guys in the top 10, but he ain't beating no motherfucking Angelo Leo. And people might say like, oh, well, BT, Angelo, he hasn't proven anything yet. And my thing is like, that's not true, because look at who he fought coming up. You know, I know those aren't like creme de la creme names, but those are guys that are going to get you ready for a fight of this magnitude. And Angelo has the right preparation for a fight of this magnitude. He's in sparring Donaire, Nonito Donaire, his whole camp for this fight. I wish Fulton the best. If he wins, I'll gladly come here and humble myself. But I'm so confident that he's going to lose this fight. Extremely confident. Extremely confident. Because I haven't seen anything. And I watched a lot of his fights. I won't tell you which fights I watched. other than the Adam Lopez one. I haven't seen enough from Fulton for me to think that he's going to beat an Angelo Leo. And Angelo Leo constantly gets disrespected by people. You know, ESPN had Angelo Leo ranked number 10 at 122. You know, and he's a champion, okay? And then I saw a poll on Michael Benson's Twitter, which is a very popular Twitter account that I follow for news and stuff. And he was doing polls for who's the best fighter in every weight class. And for 122, Fulton wasn't even listed, but Angelo was listed, and he was the least popular vote getter. He only had 5% of the votes. I think like 50% of the people picked MJ Akhmadaliev, who Angelo Leo beat the fuck out of in sparring. And you don't gotta take my word for it. You can go on YouTube. I think Dante's Boxing Nation has that footage. So shout out to him. And when they fight, when and if they fight, Angelo's gonna beat him too. A lot of y'all gotta stop going by hype. A lot of boxing fans gotta stop going by, what the media tells you, and really look at read between the lines. Who are these fighters in terms of up here and here? What have they shown against certain styles? Have they fought fighters with different styles? These are the things you gotta look at when it comes to these fights. Have they actually been in there with a guy who can box and move? Had they been in there with a guy who can punch? Had they beaten a pressure fighter? Can they cope with different styles? These are things you gotta look at. Stephen Fulton, all respect to him, he's had one fight. He's had maybe about one fight in his career, maybe two, but I'm gonna say one that I know of for a fact. In Adam Lopez, where a fighter pushed him, got in his chest, and made him have to really, dig in them trenches. And to be honest with you, I thought that fight probably could have been a draw. And no disrespect to Blue Nose again, but he is not Angelo Leo. Angelo Leo is a better fighter than Lopez. Adam Lopez was a sparring partner. All right, he was a sparring partner. So I'm just trying to tell you, I'm trying to tell y'all in advance for your own good, not for my good, for your good. All right, I'm the untouchable for True School Sports for a reason, because I'm letting y'all know in advance. Angelo Leo is going to beat the brakes off of Stephen Fulton. And if you weren't and didn't believe in Angelo Leo before this fight, you're going to believe in him after January 23rd. And he, in his reign as WBO Super Bantamweight Champion, will have officially begun. And we'll be talking about, after this fight, I'll put it like this. After this fight, Angelo Leo, his name will be in discussions to unify the division with guys like Luis Netti, MJ Akhmadaliev. And then we'll be having this conversation again, because people will not learn the lesson. Stupid is as stupid does. People will repeat their mistakes, and they will pick motherfucking MJ Akhmadaliev over Angelo Leo. It's a joke, man. It's a joke how boxing fans can be so easily misled. But I'm gonna leave it at that. I've been rambling for 13 minutes. I gotta go eat. I gotta go to the supermarket and get some salmon. Angelo Leo will be Fulton. Let me know what you think in the comments down below.